Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Vorpal board stream. I am here today with the guys from Howling Hog Games. I have Alex and Austin with me. Hey, guys, how you doing?
Doing great.
Doing good.
Good. We're going to be playing their game that was kickstarted last year. It's called The Curse of Misfortune Lane, and we are going to be hunting monsters today. But before that, I'm going to ask these guys a couple questions. And where I'm going to start is very interesting to me because I'm trying to build a software solution for playing games remotely. And you guys developed a game remotely. One of you is in Florida and one of you is in Oklahoma, and it is fascinating to me that you were able to pull this project off, not being able to sit in the same room every day, kind of crunching. So, how was that? Do you guys have a history together, working together, or have you always been remote? How'd that work out?
You want me to take this one?
Sure.
I'll take a stab at this one. So we went to college together.
Okay.
Originally in Oklahoma. I moved back home afterwards. But so we've known each other since then and kind of grew up in college playing games together at that point. Ironically, that's kind of why Vorpal board, when we saw that, was so exciting to us because it was like, oh my gosh, this is what we've needed this entire time.
Right.
Yeah, if we had known you were coming, we would have delayed a whole year just to get this first.
Because development, this is great. But yeah, so for us, it was a lot of Excel sheets, a lot of shared docs. Google has sponsored us, and it's been great. But yeah, it was just we kind of had the relationship in Oklahoma and just didn't allow the distance to interfere with the fact that we wanted to make something.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
cool. I mean, I assume that if you guys have played a lot of games together, you probably have a little bit of a shared language going on. So,
Absolutely.
you've played a lot of the same games at least. You can say I want to build something that's similar to this or that has the same feeling as a game we've played together. So that's really neat. I'm still impressed that you were able to pull off something so far from each other, especially something that's physical like this. But
Yeah.
That took some trust. There have been a couple times where like especially like with the color copies, because they only came to one of us, and it was one of those things where they came to me, and so it's either I could say, hey, this is good, or I could send it to him. And since I'm so miserly, it was usually just a matter of like, nah, it's either good or it's not, but I'm not going to mail it to you.
Yeah, and
there's a lot of those moments where it's like I want him to like hold up the card in front of today's newspaper. Like I want to know it's the most recent version. I want photographic evidence.
Yeah,
but no, the shared language. Sorry, I was just saying the shared language is definitely true. There have been a couple times where I think each of us have bought the other one a game and been like, hey, I'm mailing you a game. Play this because you need to experience this part of it so you know what I'm talking about.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's really neat. And then did you guys, like when you were getting ready to pull the trigger, did you guys get together? Was there some sort of, you lit a bunch of candles behind you and you both pressed the mouse button at the same time to launch the Kickstarter? Or did you guys stay in your locations when you did that?
We stayed in our locations. Basically, the rule of thumb has been Alex handles anything physically related to the company. I send him to the bank. I send him to pick up stuff from FedEx. I send him to mail packages. I do a lot of the digital button pushing. So I had the exciting job of telling Kickstarter that we were officially ready to put ourselves out there.
Cool. And then did you guys run into any hurdles with that approval process? Because as I'm building a Kickstarter, this project that I'm working on is going through Kickstarter. I kind of expected that maybe there were more checks along the way, but it was kind of smooth. It was just get your info in there, and then they say okay, like it was kind of surprising. I thought maybe I had done something wrong, and they'd say, oh no, you did this wrong. But no, as soon as I clicked that button, it was kind of like yeah, you can launch whenever you want.
No, that was exactly my experience where I kept doubting myself. It's almost too easy.
Yeah.
I expected there to be a buffer, but I could almost accidentally launch the project before we were ready. Like it was just it's so accessible, and it gives you way more warnings than you need about the review process and plan for them to take X days. basically every time I hit a button, Kickstarter just immediately launched forward. I think that they registered us as not a threat to their system.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, maybe there's keywords or something that's like some search that's happening there, but like I was expecting the same thing. I didn't know it would just be literally a 1 second page load. You
Yeah.
know?
Mhm.
But that's cool. I mean, it is a little bit scary because you see that preview page and you're like, oh, it says 29 days to go. Did I accidentally click launch somewhere somewhere in here?
Yeah,
That's
it's
neat.
very scary.
So one thing that really, when I saw this game, jumped into my mind, and this is going to give me away both in my age and my
I know where this is going.
and
Yeah,
what I'm
me as
and what
well.
I'm interested in, but I got like big Monster Squad vibes off this game. And I wanted to ask, did you guys think about that when you were talking about theme?
100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. No,
Um,
we so when we started thinking about this was probably right around the bigger hype of Stranger Things.
okay. Yep.
And we were talking about like, man, there's such, even like Thor Ragnarok, you've got this big push for this like nostalgia hype, people really getting into that. And so that's kind of where it started. And then yeah, we Stranger Things kind of trickled down into Goonies, Monster Squad. We started looking into all that of like, that trope was so big of the kids fighting when nobody else believes them.
Yep.
They've got to go behind the parents. They've got to say, that's it, we're going to do it ourselves, stand by me,
Yeah, I love it. I love movies that during that era that took themselves so seriously.
Yeah.
Even with
Yeah,
like
it didn't deserve the right.
You're right, with a kid cast, right? And back then
Yeah.
they didn't really fall into a lot of sort of like the joking, fourth wall breaking type stuff. It
Right.
was like, no, we're really trying to stop Dracula. Like this isn't
Yeah.
a joke here, you know? Like, and if we don't, the world is over.
You say that, but my biggest regret for this game is opening myself up to having to hear people tell me the Wolfman's got nards.
Wolfman's got nards.
over and over again.
Oh man.
That's a line from that movie I never have to hear.
Yeah.
again.
Yep. Yeah. I actually saw my brothers. I brought this game up to my brothers. I saw them this past weekend because they're the same way. They're like me. They're a crazy person. And they my brother said, even before I had mentioned it, he said, "Mummy is in my house," which is like a little kid says to his mom. He says,
Nice.
"Mummy's in my house." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm playing this game that's very similar to that." So yeah, I don't know. For some reason, that movie really stuck in my brain. It was the right age for me to have seen it. That I just thought it was super cool. And I think this thematically, not only just in the art style, but just sort of the idea that you have like a daytime section of the game where you're prepping, right? It brought to mind the guys in shop class burning the forks, and making the bullets and all that sort of stuff. Or not burning, but melting. So yeah, the daytime section versus then you have the nighttime where the monster actually is going to fight you, right? Where the scene where that Dracula's kind of going through and taking down all the cops and stuff. I like it. I think it's a neat thing that was very specific to the 80s that maybe we've kind of lost in the new kind of way movies are made. So yeah, that's neat. I'm really glad that was the answer. I was afraid I was just going to get blank stares and then I'd be like, "Oh man,
Monster."
right. Cool. So otherwise, I think the other thing that I found interesting is a decision to go with kind of like an asymmetric structure to a game. I think is tricky, right? Because when you're building a game that people are going to play in groups, you do have that kind of push and pull of like you're going to have 4 people playing against one or 2 people playing against one, and how to make it so the one feels like powerful enough, and the 4 feel powerful enough that everybody kind of has a good time. How did you kind of handle that? Was that just like endless playtest sessions that you're playing with different combinations of people, or what was sort of your strategy to get that feeling right?
That was definitely a part of it. I think there was probably 3 or 4 months in which every week we would have like an hour-long debate on the phone about whether we wanted to make it 5% more likely the monster would win, or 5% more likely the kids would win. Like constantly the minutia of trying to get that balance.
Yeah. Any aspiring game designers that are watching are like, man, this sounds like a really exciting hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If there are any aspiring game designers, we don't want competition.
Okay.
Don't design games. It's not fun.
Or if you do design games, make them asymmetrical. Because we probably won't be doing that again anytime soon.
Basically, uh, fundamentally, what it came down to for me was there's the theme. Like Monster Squad is a great reference where there's a band of kids working together. And ironically, in Monster Squad, there is also a band of monsters, but let's just pretend that isn't the case. Where you really want there to be a camaraderie for the kids, where it feels like this is a challenge, you have to strategize. And I think that um, sometimes it's a compliment, sometimes it's a criticism. But for our game, it is definitely more likely the monster will win. I would say probably conservatively, it's like 65-70% of the time the monster wins. And uh, I think that is a good thing for the game because you want the kids to feel like they have to communicate. Because if they're more likely to win anyway, it doesn't really incentivize teamwork.
Yep.
And I think that having it be a struggle for them causes them to work together to sort of come up with a better strategy. And for the monster, if you're playing the monster in a game like this, you want to feel like you have power. And that means big moves, big plays. You want to have an impact with everything you do that's really discernible, which is part of why the monster's turn is just like so short in this game. Like there's a lot less time for the monster because they can just throw down one of these beautiful cards and just wreck these kids.
Yeah, I mean, like the first time that I played the disaster card, which I'm hovering on right now, which is just like banish all the cards from one location. The person I was playing was like, "Come on, man! Like, now I know who you are, right? You gave away who you are, kind of, but like you just took all the cards from that location." So yeah, definitely that power balance I feel like works. And I think that the game length is such that like somebody else can then play monster the next time, right? So where this kind of asymmetric thing, I feel, my personal opinion, what I think where it kind of falls apart is like I played a bunch of Imperial Assault where I was the one versus my friends, and the campaign started heading in a direction where like I was really crushing them every week, and they started having a terrible time, and like I started having a terrible time because like they were always just like mad at me, right? And they never got to play the Empire, so they were always on the one side. But in a game like this, like, okay, well the monster wins, then the next time we play, the other person plays the monster. It's not like you just dedicated 2.5 hours and spent the whole time getting beat up. So I think it does work.
Yeah, there was a lot of areas in which flavor won out over function as we went through this. Things like the disaster card were tough for us to figure out, like, how do you balance something like that? But it was like, to a certain extent, this game's not about the balance. It's about the feel of playing the disaster card. It's
Right.
about even in the idea that like this game is family friendly and it's in its core. It's simplistic. It doesn't take a long time to understand, and once you get it, you can play it quickly.
Yep.
Setup is not bad. We wanted to make sure like all of it struck all those boxes where you're hitting that, where it's like kids can play it, kids can understand it.
Yeah, and when you're not talking about like super high stakes and high strategy and stuff, I think that having one side more likely to win is totally fine, right? And also I have tried it with my 3-year-old and 6-year-old as kids, and like it does totally work because you just sort of ask them like, "Hey, do you want to go for another card?" And they're like, "Yeah," and they try it, and then it's kind of teaching them a little bit about probability, right? Like,
right. It turns out by like age of 3, we're already interested in blackjack.
Right?
Like, yeah, you can hit me.
Right. Come on, let's keep going. My son, who is 3, he would just keep saying yes until he'd hit the adult every time. It's like, come on, man.
That's what my fiance does, and she is 28. So,
do not take her to Las Vegas, then, I guess. So the last thing I wanted to ask you guys, because I'm endlessly fascinated by the concept of Kickstarter as a creative platform. One, because I'm involved in it, but then also just the idea that when you pitch an idea to a single person, let's say you guys are making a game and you were just pitching to companies, you're going to be talking to one or a couple people at a time, and you're trying to convince them of your vision, and that's tough and scary in its own way. But like, I think Kickstarter is very unique in that you do all this pre-work, and then you put it out for just like the masses. and
Mhm.
you're kind of in a very vulnerable position creatively, where it's very possible for them to look at it and be like, we hate this thing, right? And one thing that I am always interested in when I talk to creators is like, how did you try to avoid not getting too caught up? And obviously, your game funded, right? But like, not getting too caught up in the mindset of like, this is a either validation of kind of me as a creative person, or like a whatever the other word is, repudiation, or whatever that word is, where like people don't like you.
Mhm.
How did you, or did you not do a good job of handling that? I mean, what was that like
Well,
for you
that
guys?
I feel like Alex should answer this question because I'm the type of person where I'm always one internet comment away from just changing the whole game.
Right,
Like
right.
I am at the whim of
Yep.
I am like a committee in of myself. I will just respond to the feedback, and Alex sort of like holds the line on like what is good, no matter what like one person happens to think. So, Bree,
We
you should chime in.
we definitely, and I mean, this is Howling Hog is a two-person company. It is just a partnership in that regard, and so thankfully the two of us kind of check a good balance in that regard. His insecurity is kind of balanced by my arrogance, and so for every time that he was like, maybe we should listen to him, like, or maybe we've already made the best game that'll ever be made and we're fine.
Right.
No, but in reality, we always just when we took criticism that felt legitimate, and it didn't just feel like an ad hominem attack, and it was like, okay, they fundamentally understand the game. Somebody came to us and said, hey, this game, it does not have even balance between the monster and the kids, to go back to what we said before. And they say, we don't like that. So then we have to sit down and say, well, number one, do we agree with them?
Right.
And then number two, like, do we not do we care, but do we want to change it? Is this in line with our goals? Or and I mean, if you go to our Kickstarter page, some of the reviews we received, some of them were stellar, and we got some great reviews, and some of them were not. And
Mhm.
a couple of them were pretty blunt with how they felt about the game, and they felt like it was a glorified coin flip, and that's okay.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I mean, I think
like,
that's it's like, uh, how do you don't have to listen to everybody, and if you do, you're never going to release anything, right?
right,
So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it turns out we didn't make a game for everyone,
right.
and so
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
And
If we
it's
made a game for everyone, it would never come out. We would still
Yeah.
be working on it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's interesting
absolutely.
because like you mentioned kind of the two of you, right? And that kind of dichotomy is probably in every single creator, right? Like every successful
Absolutely.
Mhm.
creator has that little itch in their brain that's like, oh man, is it good enough? Is it good enough? Is it good enough? Should I listen to this random internet commenter who
Yeah.
seems to know what they're talking about, or at least is passionate about what they're saying? Or
Mhm.
should I really plow ahead and deliver the thing I want to deliver? But I'm kind of endlessly fascinated by sort of that, just, hey, I'm going to put this thing out there, and hopefully enough people like it.
Yeah.
Like, and
Yeah.
and
We tried our best to make sure we were listening. There was, I think, the best example, and unfortunately, my example is personal. Like, this wasn't actually feedback we got from somebody else, but it still
Mhm.
lends itself to the idea of you have to be willing to flip the table at some point. Because we were probably 3 or 4 months into developing this game when we decided that this game should not have a board.
okay.
When we started, these kids were moving around a functional board,
Okay.
going to these locations.
Got it.
And you can
Yeah.
see the remnants of that. You kind of see the fossils in it when you look at like your setup of like, okay, they would move to the church, they would move to the police station, and they would go and they would sneak, and then it kind of hit us at one point where we're like, we don't need a board. And when we
Yeah.
said it, and it was just like, we don't need a board. Like, and it unlocked everything for us.
Yeah.
But we
Okay.
had no idea that we even could consider that. And there were things
Yeah.
like that, where sometimes people's comments would be so far in left field that all of a sudden it was like, oh my gosh, we didn't even think about something like that.
And something to add to that is I would like to say for anyone who is receiving feedback that's mixed and they feel like they don't want to pull the trigger until all the feedback they receive is positive, don't, because you'll wait forever.
Yep.
But also I mean, so many people that backed the game and helped us fund are people we had never heard of and who had never communicated with us. So we had no way they wanted the game until they had the option to get it, and then they showed up. Like, the old adage from the movie that I have never seen because I'm apparently too young, where it's like, if you build it, they will come.
Yep.
Never seen
I
Field of
think it's
Dreams?
Field
Yeah.
of Dreams.
It is.
I haven't seen it.
This
Oh,
is
jeez.
this is a
sports movie,
this is a
right? I'm
safe
not really-
space. This stream is a safe space, but that's a tough one. That's a tough one to swallow.
It has
for
something
me.
to do with corn and baseball. I don't really. It's not my thing.
Yeah.
But
We're
the same
disappointed, and
adage
Kevin is
applies.
disappointed. um,
Um,
and some of those
so
people,
that's what I would say.
the other great part about that, though, is like some of those people who showed up and said, "Wow, we want this," legitimately were part of the development of the game.
That's cool.
There are things that came into comments on Kickstarter, and people said, "Hey, can we do this? Hey, could this be a thing?" And some of that made it into the finality of the game. So there's definitely trying to think, like, some of the cards definitely changed a lot. Some of the wording changed. It's
Yeah, a really
2019,
good
we
example
found
would
things
be
that that were not the most woke.
Yeah, we had one of our characters was a bully, kind of more a trope of the 80s, and
That
for
was
good
Darren.
reason. It's been left, in the 80s. So we took the same motivation for that ability, changed the wording, changed how it worked, and felt like it definitely improved the game to not relegate a character you're supposed to inhabit as a jerk, because why would you want to be on a team with someone who's your bully? It doesn't. As someone who's had plenty of bullies, I would not want to be on a team with one.
Yeah. That's cool. I mean, it offers such a unique opportunity to change things on the fly, but I feel like that's also kind of like a dangerous, like there's great
Yeah.
things about it and there's really dangerous things about it, and sort of striking that balance, I think, is a very interesting part of just this renaissance of board games, where you have all these people able to make these games that probably never would be able to get made otherwise. So it's very neat.
Yeah, we definitely had people recommending, the immediate edition of a mummy.
Yeah, I'd like a mummy, or my favorite is the creature from the Black Lagoon. So like
Yeah.
I would, and I'm
Yeah.
shocked that there hasn't been a Hollywood remake of the creature of the Black Lagoon, because I think that
It's time.
that movie is ready for like a real horror movie, because there's a lot of creepy stuff that happens in that original, and that's in like 1935 or whenever they made that movie.
Yeah.
So
We have stated, and I think we said that publicly on the Kickstarter. If we didn't, then you heard it here first. But if we did an
Yeah.
expansion, that would be the monster.
Okay,
that we would
yeah.
add.
Sweet.
It wouldn't be
Yeah.
the mummy. It would be Swamp Thing.
yeah, awesome. All right,
Yeah.
well that's good. I'm glad that we're
It
able to break that news today. That's killer. Okay, cool. So what we're gonna do today is actually play around in Vorpal board here, and to orient anyone that hasn't seen it before. Right here is a streaming image that's going to get updated every few seconds, and it's a high-res photo that's getting taken, and then so you can see that we can zoom in on it. And then these are all the cards that we're going to use. And today I'm going to play as the monster, and the Howling Hog guys are going to play as the kids. And that's nice of them, because they're going to let me have the 60 to 70% chance to win, which is great. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add all these cards to my hand real quick, and that makes it so they're not going to be able to see them on the other side. And that means, like, as the monster, I'm going to be playing cards to stymie them, and so I don't want them to know what I'm going to be up to. Now, do you guys recommend that people do random, or did you make it so you could select your characters?
For the
For the
kids or
kids.
the monster.
Yeah.
For the kids, we typically have. I've typically played that you choose.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Yeah, and-
Often may.
Yeah, I don't know if it's an official game recommendation. I'm like basically addicted to randomizers. I'll like put in all my tasks for the day and let a computer auto-generate what I'm supposed to do.
That is extremely
I do-
dystopian.
yeah, I'm a walking dystopia. I do think that for the monster, I recommend people pick randomly. I don't think it's officially written out that way anywhere, but if you don't pick randomly, I feel like you get trapped in that head game of me being like, well, Alex really likes the werewolf, so he either picked the werewolf because he really likes it, or he didn't because he knows I know. And that whole Princess Bride back and forth starts a little too early in the game.
Okay.
So I think monsters should be picked randomly. Kids, pick your favorite because we've got plenty of choices. So
All right, so I'm gonna just I'm gonna drag these cards around, and then Austin point to one of them, and that'll be my monster.
okay, quick question. Right now, I'm seeing a number above each card. Is
Correct.
that consistent?
It is. So there are
Okay.
IDs on all the cards. So for games that
Mhm.
that matters, where you need to keep track of this particular card, we can match them up in between the virtual space and the physical space. So you should see
Okay.
625 currently.
Okay, got it. Well then I'll pick by number. I'm gonna say 5.
Okay, so this is going to be me. I'm just going to pick these cards up so you can't see who I chose. I'm just going to say right off the bat, I am not the zombie.
You're the swamp
Okay,
thing.
great.
You're the swamp thing.
Okay, so in the early phases, I get to play with, I believe it is 6 monster cards, the daytime monster cards, and so these are my 6 monster cards here. This is going to be my nighttime monster card that I get later, so I'm not going to play with that one. And then I have my monster, and who are you guys going to play as?
You want to pick first?
Alex, no, you go ahead.
All right, I will pick Stan.
Dan.
Okay, good. I did not want Stan. Stan is great. I love all of my characters equally. I'm gonna go with Tyler.
Okay, so then these ones we can flip over. We don't have to look at those. So we got Stan and Tyler. And Stan, I haven't played with Stan. Okay, monster weapons. Oh, that's kind of nice. Monster weapons cannot vanish. That takes away some of my abilities. Once per round, you can shuffle a card from your inventory into the treehouse deck. Okay, cool. Okay, so basically, the kids are going to go around to all these locations that you see here, and they're going to start searching for items. And when they search for items, they will flip a card over from the deck at that location, and either they will find some items that they can use, or they will run into an encounter. And what the encounter is running into an adult, and that means they have to put back all the cards they found. So what it does is create a little press your luck mechanic, where the kids can flip over and flip over and flip over and keep pressing and see how many good stuff they can get out of the locations before they bust. And I get to place 2 ladder cards, which are negative cards. I get to put them in 2 locations. Guys, you know where I place them, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the bluffing can
So
begin
I
at
do
that
not.
step.
Well,
I'm sorry.
he has not
You
placed
meant
them yet.
Rule-wise, got
Yes.
it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Check
Yes,
that.
this is your first. This is your first psychological play.
okay, my first play psychologically. I am going to put.
I guess it's also your first play
Right, yeah.
mechanically.
So I'm going to put one on the school, and I'm going to put one on the hospital. And then these get shuffled in right afterwards, right? They don't sit on top.
They do sit on top. The
Oh, they
ladders
do? Okay, cool. So essentially
Yeah.
I'm forcing you to take a bad one if you go there. Yeah, I think in the past we'd shuffled them. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's the difference between the ladders and the broken mirrors is both how much negative luck they are and if they sit or are shuffled.
Okay.
It's balanced in that sense. Ladder's a guarantee, but it's -1. Broken mirror, you might be able to press your luck avoid, but it's -2.
Okay, cool. All right, so school and hospital. And then I think we start with, we do it by age order, right? So youngest first,
Yep.
and then alternate?
Yep.
Cool.
So that would be me.
So Stan,
Yeah.
yep.
I will draw from the antique shop.
The antique shop.
Playing it safe.
Yeah, you know, that
Does this look like a guy who goes for adventures?
Okay, so crossbow.
I will draw one more.
Okay, so press the luck. And then I get a little bit of a delay before you guys see. So the funny thing for me is I get to see it, and I just gotta keep my poker face before it pops up.
I will draw one more because I'm greedy.
Oh man. Gonna see if it paid off for you.
It did.
Yep.
I will stop.
Stop. All right. So these things go into the inventory, and then they will sit in inventory for just a minute. And then at the very end of the round, they will go into the treehouse, which is essentially the deck building mechanic here, where at the very end of the game, that deck is going to be used to fight the monster. So for now, they just sit in Stan's inventory, and it's Tyler's turn.
Okay. Let's see. Tyler, you got the 1 and the 2 from the antique shop. Hospital and school, right?
Hospital and school, yep.
Yeah, fun
Oh,
fact.
of course. Go ahead, Alex.
I was just going to say to James, fun fact, that each location has the card differ, and so how it's like summed out is different. But each location has exactly 7 luck in it.
Ah, okay. So that's something that I actually didn't notice.
Yeah.
I noticed that there were different mixes, but I never put it together that they all had that sum of 7. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yep. So that means I know that there is a 4-leaf clover still sitting in this antique shop that I really, really want. I'm gonna go ahead and go for it. I'm gonna draw from the antique shop.
And this is already, it's making me uncomfortable playing you guys knowing where all the cards are.
Well, so if the odds are skewed against us, and if we can't beat it, then
Right.
I guess something is wrong.
Okay, so this is a great opportunity for Tyler to use her ability, Athletic. Once per round, you can shuffle a card from your inventory into the... Basically, in the treehouse deck now.
At least on my end, Austin cut out pretty hard.
Yeah, Austin had some. You had some.
I went away
there for a second.
Okay,
Yep.
what part of my amazing insight did you?
It pretty much ended right where you said you were going to use the athletic ability. So explain that ability again.
Okay, so the athletic ability for Tyler, once per round, you can shuffle a card from your inventory into the treehouse deck, basically rewarding me for getting something good and committing to it right now. I'm going to take that 4-leaf clover and bank it in the treehouse deck so I can continue drawing where I won't have to risk that card specifically.
Okay, cool.
That's actually a really good example of one of the fossils of when we had a board, because before, having this sort of like track star athlete meant that she could move faster than everyone else. But once we lost the board, we had to find a way to make it so she could still sort of deliver something quickly and make an impact. Well, I have nothing to lose, so I'm going to draw another card from the antique shop.
You guys are just raiding this antique shop.
And we're going to run into that old lady.
This old lady. That horrible old lady.
She hates me.
So, okay.
All right. Well, you can have your nothing, old lady.
Okay, so now this, if I'm correct, this deck gets shuffled, correct? The antique shop?
Yes.
Okay. So now there's a risk of that old lady being right back on top, but there's only 3 cards left in there, and you guys are probably going to not even care about the antique shop anymore.
We've got all the luck. So.
Yeah, you got all the good stuff out of there. So, okay. So now,
the lady always kind of reminded me of the lady from Holes. She makes me think I need to carry a pig up a hill.
So I get to choose a card to play now, and essentially I can mess with the kids, and I can either add bad stuff to the deck, or I can try to steal stuff from their inventory. And the interesting thing is that Stan, I cannot steal items from his inventory. I can't make them vanish. And so even if I were to attempt to steal something, a weapon from Stan's inventory, I wouldn't be able to.
You can take the luck.
I can take the luck, but not the monster weapons, correct. Yep.
Sorry, just want to make sure we were all...
Yeah, so I could get that 1 or that 2, but I could not get the crossbow. So what I'm going to do instead is I am going to place a broken mirror card, and I'm going to put it in... Let's see. And I've already gotten all my good stuff. I have it all covered already. I'm good. You guys have no prayer. So I'm going to put it in the campsite. So now I shuffle it in, and now that means that there's a -2 luck card sitting in there at the campsite. You guys might run into.
Okay.
All right.
I love playing this game with people who I don't know very well personally. Because
there's different playing it like with my wife. It's very easy to be like, okay, I know who you are at this point. You don't bluff. Like there's only one way this game goes.
right. Yeah, and that disaster card is really that one, right? It's like when are you gonna do it? When are you gonna try to just blow up one of these locations? And it's risky because I could wait too long, and you guys could choose the right place and get the good weapons, and then I'm screwed. So, all right. So on to round 2. Have at it, guys.
Okay, so that'll make me first player this time. Let's see. You know what? I think I'm actually gonna. I'm gonna go in the campsite, Alex, because if I get something good, I could bank it and then just stop instead of risking drawing into the broken mirror.
Okay.
Because I don't have to worry about the black cat for something good. I'm gonna draw from the campsite.
Right.
Oh, and in case anyone thinks I'm talking through my moves for the benefit of the stream, this is the annoying way I play everything.
That's good. That makes you a good guest, right?
Okay, Wolfsbane, which I have no idea if that's good or not because I don't know what you are and I don't even have a clue. So I'm gonna draw another card.
That sounded a little bit fake there. I don't know. All right. Oh. All right.
Okay. All right.
So nothing for
So I get nothing.
what's her name? Tyler this turn.
But she's still averaging 2 luck a turn contribution, so she's carrying her weight.
If anyone was counting. Okay, so Stan, you're up.
I'm gonna go to the gym.
The gym, huh? Interesting.
He got bullied for his lack of contribution by playing it safe, so he's gonna go make some gains.
All right, so let's see. A whistle. I like that weapon because it does damage to a werewolf. I just like the idea, a kid like blowing a whistle shrilly at a werewolf.
You do not know how much time went into the flavor of trying to figure out how, 7 cards for each of these.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
There's so many points. It's like, yeah, but is a crossbow really good against a vampire? Or is that really more of a werewolf?
Right.
We just need something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I appreciate your appreciation.
Yeah, no, I like it. I think just thematically from top to bottom, it is very strong for me.
I will draw one more.
Well,
card.
what?
Because
one thing
Stan
that's
does
very
not feel
telling-
strongly about a whistle.
The fact that we have a Bible in the school tells you how thin we were stretched. Like, the church
Right,
was
yeah,
maxed
instead of
out.
having
Like,
it in the church.
It already had.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop at that point.
All right, so 2 more items is. Oh yeah, and I forgot. What did I do? I forgot to put your stuff into the treehouse last turn. Sorry. Okay.
That's okay.
Oh, okay. You forgot. I got it. All right.
Yeah, this, and now you realize why I built a tool like this.
Yeah, so you could just manipulate.
I could just pause the game right now, and I could change everything, and no one would know.
You're basically the old man from The Bug's Life, right? You're just like constantly switching that chessboard around. What, have I dated myself?
Yeah,
as a 90s kid? All right.
no Field of Dreams, but Bug's Life, yeah.
My priorities are in order, okay?
Okay, so hockey stick and whistle are in Stan's inventory. I am going to... Man, I can't use these black cats. You're just really messing me up here.
That's why I stopped when I did.
Yeah, I'm going to... All right, I'm going. I'm gonna use the disaster.
Great.
Okay.
And I'm going to disaster.
Want to get rid of that antique shop?
Yeah.
Worried about
Yeah.
that one.
I'm very nervous about the antique shop. I'm going to disaster the church.
Cool.
So what the disaster does is it vanishes all these cards out of the church, which means the kids can't get them. And what that also means is it usually gives away what monster you are, unless this is double secret probation, and I am doing a real big bluff. So the people who are watching the stream know, and if you guys are watching the stream on another tab, you're cursed.
I didn't even think about that. That's true.
Yeah, I definitely did not consider
Let's excuse
that.
the
Now,
amount of clicking that you're about to hear on my mechanical keyboard.
Right. Okay, so on to round 3.
So it's back to me. See, and that's what, like,
so Alex,
yes.
are we thinking he's a vampire, or are we thinking that this is his really subtle way of still being a werewolf based off all his earlier moves?
Well, he if you're going by the big cards, he did vampire, werewolf, then he doubled up on werewolf before knocking out one more werewolf. So he's pretty efficiently protected his werewolf stuff.
Yep.
He also did nervously have to remark as soon as I drew a werewolf card to talk to us about
true. Yeah.
He had to immediately like,
he's
oh,
normally very
that's
confident.
a whistle. That's a whistle
now,
right there.
Yeah. Right. I'm really embodying the character.
Yeah. But if that wasn't a dog whistle to his behavior, pun 100% intended, then
all right. Well, I'm gonna hop.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's. I think we've maybe done enough of this.
you can age yourself with your movies. I'll just show that I'm a dad. I'm gonna go to the campsite.
Campsite.
Okay.
I didn't answer your question, Austin, for the record.
That's fine. I mean, you drew from the campsite, so that sort of answers my question.
Yeah. Oh man. I'm gonna draw one more.
I do particularly like this card just because I like the idea that, like, kids are out camping and there's like a bear trap there.
Yeah.
It's like very.
And it's armed too.
Yeah, it's a very dangerous campsite.
Yeah. I like to think that the campsite adult is like a doomsday prepper.
Oh,
that's
okay,
planning
yeah.
to live in the woods.
Yep. He's got that little look to his eye there, I think.
Oh yeah, he's a little crazy.
The like scout leader or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot shout out our artist enough. Dave Collinson did a great job of capturing the feel we wanted.
Yeah.
And I am going to keep those two.
Okay. And I just put your 2 from last. I again forgot to put the 2 from into the treehouse, so I put your weapons in from last time.
Can you do me a favor and just I'm going to get this back where I think it was, and then we can lock it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I went to pan after I had zoomed in, and I regretted it.
All right, Austin.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and go the hospital. I know that there is some bad stuff waiting for me, but I'm gonna go ahead and risk it.
So we already know that the ladder's on top.
Yep. And I'm just gonna face the ladder head on, bravely walk under it.
Cool.
And draw another card.
Very unlucky.
Okay.
That was just everything you needed.
Yeah. And so I
Alright.
keep the ladder.
Yeah, because that's not
because it
actually
is-
a location-specific card.
Correct.
Yep. And then, James, before you do your turn, something I did notice in your last video for Misfortune Lane.
Yep.
There was one rule mistake. The whole game, you only made one.
What was
which
it?
is if you end the day as the monster and you have something other than a black cat, you're not netting any result out of that. So, like, if your last card, I think, was a broken mirror, and you put that in the treehouse deck,
Yep.
in reality, you're going to want to save a black cat all the way till the end, because since you play after we draw, if you influence a deck on the last turn of the day, it doesn't matter because we're moving on to the night anyway.
Correct.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. So you're not allowed to put it directly into the treehouse.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay,
The treehouse
okay.
is sort of separate.
Got it. Okay. So yeah, that's what we didn't know. We didn't know, does this count as a location that I'm allowed to shuffle it into, and is the bonus that I held on to it such that I could put it in? Okay, cool. All right, I got you.
Yeah.
So essentially, the only one we want to do is black. The last thing you want is a black cat.
Yeah.
So I
yeah.
can-
And that helped. Yeah, so you want to save one of those, which means that when you're down to just one, Alex and I can play a little fast and loose with how few cards we can hold on to until the final turn.
Right. Okay. Cool. Okay. So you have a ladder. Alex has a bear trap and a rabbit's foot, and since he's this nerdy little kid that is frustrating me, I can't get that bear trap off him. So I'm gonna broken mirror, and I'm gonna put the broken mirror. I'm gonna say in the campsite.
Oh, just doubling down.
So there's your broken mirror. We're gonna put that down here just so we all know that we're not cheating. Nobody's cheating. And then I'm gonna put that broken mirror into the campsite, and it gets shuffled.
Out of curiosity, this is a question really for both of you. Have you found in your games that most of your games go through all of the day rounds?
I have found
because they are optional.
Yeah, I have found the first game I played, the team ejected early, and because we just didn't know what the end game would be like.
Sure.
So they made a bad decision. Since then, we have gone through every day round.
Okay.
In all of them.
It is very circumstantial because, I mean, there's no reason to keep going if you have a risk of picking up ladders or broken mirrors that you could otherwise avoid, and you're also well equipped. But Alex and I have played this quite a few times, so
right.
No, and that's why I was just curious because I've found most of the people I've played with locally tend to bow out at about the 5th round.
Oh wow! I did not. I have not had that experience for my version of locally.
Okay.
My players are all in every round, every deck. They're just constantly hitting those encounters.
Yeah. And that makes sense, and it's fun to have that kind of stuff, especially when the werewolf power is like explicitly like tied to that.
Yeah. Because if you go early, you're boned against the werewolf.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We actually had to change a whole rule based off the werewolf. Previously, without diving deep into it, 2-player game, 1 kid, 1 monster. We had the twins were a dedicated character for 2-player games where they had like 2 hands, and it was a whole mechanic that fell apart because if you're only drawing until you hit an encounter with 1 character and you're the only player against the werewolf, you're just boned every time you fight him because he eats that deck. So.
Yeah.
Is it me? Are we waiting on me? That would make sense. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, so we're on round 4.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the hospital again. I think that nurse is gonna leave me alone this time.
If you did not go there.
Well, if Alex agrees, then I'm definitely doing it.
It's tough to get my agreement.
Yeah, that's a huge green light for me in this company. Okay, 2 points. I can't actually remember off the top of my head what the spread is for the 7. Alex, do you think I should bank it or go further? I haven't contributed much since that 1 4-leaf clover.
I would go further. Because he's either the werewolf or he's bluffing very hard to be the werewolf. And so if we want
So you think I should bank a werewolf weapon?
Sure.
I'm going to draw another card.
Okay.
If it's the nurse, it's Alex's fault. I'm just calling that out.
That's fine. We try to play a very good Leslie Knope to Nick Offerman duo here.
Wait. To be clear, I'm Leslie Knope,
Yeah.
right?
There's no question.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure that I was the better.
I'm glad you guys are in agreement on it. That's good.
I'm going to go ahead and bank that 4-leaf clover, making it my second 4-leaf clover bank
Look at
of the
that.
day.
That's great.
Okay, so the 4-leaf clover is banked, and now what? You going?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and draw again.
Come on, nurse. Come on. Got
Oh, the suspense. Okay, restraints. Nice. Okay. That's 3. There's only 4 cards left in the deck. I'm gonna draw one more time.
That's where you went wrong.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And lucky you.
Nice.
Oh. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and stop.
Okay. All right, so stands up.
I will go to the police station.
Police station, huh? You think I'm a zombie?
I'm just hedging my bets. Campsite at this point is not a probability that I want to jump into.
Yeah.
The hospital's getting thin.
All right, so you got yourself a +2.
I will draw again, please.
Coming again. I like this card. I think it's cool.
Oh, that was another one of the fun ones.
Yeah, I like it. Just because I'm a big Blade fan. So,
Yeah.
That was on the lower end of our idea pool. We definitely had to pull directly from pop culture to justify that.
Yeah, that's all right.
I'll draw one more.
This has been a good trip to the police station.
And I'll call it a day.
Okay.
It's very rare that one has a good trip
Right,
to the
yeah.
police
You guys got
station.
out of there in a pretty good condition. So, interesting. I can't take that black light off you. I really dislike that character a lot. I haven't played against him, but I really don't like him at all.
Have you played against Emily?
I have, yes. And
Good.
also irritating.
Yeah, the two of them together.
Oh, yeah, if you have both of them at the same time, I hadn't even considered that.
Yeah.
They're on opposite ends of the spectrum too. It's like the ultimate nerd and the popular girl. So they're
Yeah, that actually does
cover
make
the
sense.
range.
Yeah, that's a good, and that's a good, like the popular girl ends up just being lucky all the time. Okay, so let's see. I'm looking at what you got here, and I'm going to. I'm gonna use a black cat. So
Okay.
we're gonna randomize, and this is a way that we do randomization in this thing. So
Which is you pick.
No. Please, I'm an honorable man. What we do is I hold it like this, and then you just point to one with your pointer. So this is, who had the restraints? Who went to the hospital?
That was me.
Okay, so Austin, you go ahead and pick which one you want. Which one are you gonna lose?
Yeah, which one I don't want, I guess. I'll
Yes.
go ahead and pick the middle one.
The middle one, okay. So the middle one is a +1 luck.
Okay, nice.
So that's pretty good.
Okay, I have a very upset dog. I need 1 minute.
Yeah, go for it.
Continue. Alex, if you need to, just call the shots for my character. I will be right back.
Okay,
Cool.
hopefully your dog's okay.
Oh yeah, she's fine. She's
just high
okay.
maintenance.
Okay.
she's helpless without me, and I'm a single parent right now. So hold on.
No problem. All right, so Alex, if we do a random, right? But if it turns out that it's the weapon, just nothing happens, or do I take the
That's
weapon
correct.
out? Okay, so it's
just
actually really good for you because even if I do choose it, that's you actually want to choose it.
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right, so I'll put these out here for you, and you can choose.
That's why sometimes stopping with 2 cards, one of which being a monster card, or 2 monster cards and 1 4-leaf clover puts me in a great position.
Right.
I will do
That one. Okay.
the final card, the under card.
All right, another wishbone.
Cool.
So, all right. So your rabbit's foot and your blacklight go into the deck, and now we are up to. Let me drop this one so you can see my black cat down here. And now we are up to round 5.
Did the black cat reflect? Did you?
Oh, like I flipped it.
Okay, it for a second it looked like it turned like the other way.
Oh yeah, well like the animation that I do, like it's like it tricks your eye. What it does is it just flips the X and the Y really fast at the same time as flipping the X and the Y of the other side of the card. So what probably happened is it probably like froze for a second halfway through where it was like
Got
flipped. Yeah, that's kind of funny.
Okay.
Okay, so 5th round, and are you guys gonna keep going?
I think I would. I guess yes, we are because I get both votes.
Yeah,
right now.
you're up.
No, and yes, we are, because I also get a vote. This is democracy. I'm Leslie No.
Democracy of two.
Yeah.
We won't judge it. Yeah, I would. I personally, Austin, I think probably one more round, then I think go from there. I don't think
Oh
we
yeah,
need the
I think we
final.
need it. We should do at least one more round, definitely.
Okay. You got the restraints.
The restraints went in last turn. Yep. Who's Austin? Austin frozen?
Just for you again.
Oh, really?
Yep.
All right, we'll wait a second and see if he just connects back for me. We can keep rolling.
Go ahead. And I can. He said he wants to go ahead. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
Can you hear me, Austin? You guys have lost each other. Yes.
Yeah,
We're
we've lost
hoping
each
that
other.
they reconnect.
He actually completely vanished for me, so I'm going to. I'll do
Okay,
it.
he's refreshing, James.
Oh, okay, cool. Then we'll just wait.
We'll see if we can undo the snap.
Yeah. Coming in. All right, you're back in.
Okay. Wow, that was so easy and instantaneously resolved. Unlike what happens on Discord when it fails.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's a much slower process for me to fix things on Discord. So no offense to Discord in case they want to throw some on games.
Yeah.
Discord is a great free program, and we're glad to continue using it.
Right. You got to turn on your. You'll turn on your video though, Austin.
Oh right.
There
I'm
you
back.
are. Sweet. Okay, so 5th round, and it might be your last one. We'll see. All right, so who's going first this turn? I don't remember.
It would be.
I believe it's Alex.
Yes.
Okay.
Am I wrong? Okay.
Nope. It's an odd round. It would be me.
What have you picked up monster weapon wise, Alex? The whistle and
I picked up
crossbow.
the whistle, the crossbow, the bear trap,
Blacklight.
and the black
Okay.
light.
Okay, so we have no zombie weapons, but like
You
three
and a hockey
werewolf
stick.
and
You have
two
you do
vampire.
have a hockey stick.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, right, the hockey stick. Okay. Not that it'll matter, because James is clearly a werewolf and isn't hiding that fact anymore.
Tough to say.
That being said, I will go to the school. Yeah, I'll go to the school. Oh no, wait, there's a ladder on the school. I'll go to the police station.
Station was
I'm
good
afraid
to
I-
you. Good to you last turn. Yeah, that's tricky because you got to kind of keep in your head that 7 count for each location, which is tough.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, so luck.
Draw one more.
You kind of have to.
And dun dun dun.
Oh.
Okay. All right, where are you headed, Austin?
Good question. I think I'm gonna go to the gym unless Alex wants to veto.
No desire to beat.
All right, the gym.
No desire to veto. Okay. Gym it is. Give me a card. I'll take that 4-leaf clover, preferably. No, put him back. I don't want to see him.
Oh, that was a uneventful.
Alex, I think we're going
round.
to that next round.
So I'm going to
Play Black Cat.
play a broken mirror, and I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it in the hospital.
Okay.
He's committed to protecting the werewolves.
Yep, he is really going.
And these shuffle, right? When it goes in. It
Yes.
does.
Yes.
Okay. So it's in the hospital. And Austin's turn.
Okay. Okay. I'm thinking I'm gonna go back to the gym. And I am gonna go back to the gym. Let's do it.
Okay.
And I do have the werewolf card out there.
Yeah, what
That's
was
okay,
the whistle? Yeah, that's right. Baseball bat.
Don't think I care. I'm
You
gonna draw
also-
another card.
Yeah. You will be getting black catted.
Oh right, yeah. I meant more for my banking.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Oh, yeah.
Um, 2 luck. Have you pulled any luck from the gym, Alex?
I believe I pulled one, but don't hold me to that. May not have. I don't remember.
James, how many cards are left in the gym? 2, 3,
3.
3. I'm gonna go ahead and bank the 2 luck and draw another card.
Okay, 2 luck banked. Garbage.
Oh, man.
No, that's actually terrible. Okay, hold on. Okay, I have 2 coin flips. I either don't draw more, and the black cat has a 50-50 chance, or I do draw more, and then I have a 50-50 chance of losing both cards.
Yeah, I think that the black cat is definitely the better 50-50 chance.
Unless we're sure he's not a zombie. You see the reasoning?
But we're not sure of anything. That's the joy of our game.
That's the joy of our profession. Okay, I won't draw anymore. No, wait. No, I'm going to not draw more. I'm not going to draw more. I'm done.
That was
Sorry.
extremely dramatic.
You should play Arkham Horror with him.
I bet. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Or work with him.
I should just want to attack you directly.
Interestingly, as a sidebar, Arkham Horror is a tough one for this system, and I'll tell you why. That board is gigantic.
That makes sense.
So
yeah.
we can handle it because the arm goes really high, but then like readability of the spaces, like it's a combination of huge board and tiny text, and it's like that is the perfect storm. If you've played it before and you know what all the locations do, it's totally fine, but as a new player, it's like impossible.
Yeah, trying to get somebody
how
like,
does this
up to date with that.
the zoom function on this, is it like a base zoom? Like right now, the amount of zoom I'm getting is just based off of how close the camera is. It can only get X closer. Is that the idea?
Yeah, so like the image that you see is all it's doing is as if you use the scroll wheel to scroll in on the board and doing it in a little window. So the image is the image. It's just the one that you're seeing right now is the high res one. It's just further away. And then when you put your mouse over it, it just shows it all the way close in full res. So like even if we did something like if I unlock this board, and this is how we play some games if you don't have a lot of screen real estate, is like we'll shrink it down like this, and then you can still mouse over it and see like really tight on it, because the actual resolution of the image coming in is always the same. It's just how close you're viewing it essentially. Now we are I don't want to make any commitments to this, but we're looking at the possibility of putting this as a video, and when you mouse over it, switching to the very high res image. So you'd be able to see me move around at full speed, no delay. But if you put your mouse over it, it would show that really high-res, crisp image instead. So we'll see. I'm not going to commit to actually being able to pull that off. So we're working on it.
Okay.
Cool concept.
All right. So
It would be me. I will go to the. We got the restraints out of there in the bedroom. I will go to the hospital.
Hospital. Finally. To get a broken mirror in there.
Alex, our perfect streak. What have you done?
I'm hopefully vanishing it.
Fair.
So I assume you're pulling again, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I think it got covered in the talk.
I drowned it out with my voice.
Yeah, sorry. I also like sitting in silence sometimes.
Right.
And I will stop.
Okay. All right, so I will play the final black cat. And that black cat, I assume I have to, right? Everything is forced?
Yes, like you can't opt out of your
I can't opt out to not play the card. Okay. All right, so
yeah. Because you're also the round marker. Your number of cards left is the number
Right.
of rounds
Okay.
left.
Okay, so here is Austin's 2 cards. So Austin can go
Okay.
ahead and choose which one he wants to get rid of.
All right. You know what? I'm just gonna choose not the 4-leaf clover. Whichever one that is.
Let me-
flip it over.
I'm gonna brain connect here.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go with the one you're trying to hide. The one on the left. The
Okay.
one that's under the other card.
All right, bad news for you.
Okay. All right. Here's hoping you're a zombie.
Okay, so 4 clover's out, baseball bat's in. And Alex, I'm gonna get yours out there, and we'll choose up. Yeah, maybe I am a zombie. Who knows?
The subtitle of this game is Curse of Misfortune Lane, the pseudo-psychology.
Yeah.
The top one.
Okay, the top one. Top one is the broken mirror. So you got rid of the broken mirror.
Nice.
That's
all right.
lucky. Tranquilizer in. So we're good, right? That's the end, and now we fight.
Yes, with the big reveal.
Big reveal. We're gonna go. Whoa,
Yeah,
we're gonna make it
tell us
real
who you
big.
are.
We're gonna make it real big.
The vampire.
Vampire.
Okay. All right. That's the
We got
middle
the
ground option
black
for
light,
us, right?
the crossbow. I think that's it.
I think that's
Yeah, you guys got the ones out of the places you shouldn't have gotten them, which is irritating. You know, like I don't think you went to any.
No,
of,
we did not hunt down.
You
the
didn't go to
vampire
either of
on
the massive
purpose.
vampire locations, right? But you
One
were
of
able
them
to.
you disastered.
Yeah, disaster one of them as the bluff, right? Well,
Yeah.
the double secret bluff. All right, so I'm gonna move this stuff out of here, and we're just going to the treehouse. And
Yeah, the catchphrase with my my game groups locally when we play the Curse of Misfortune Lane is every single move the monster makes, someone goes like, okay, so that means he's the werewolf or he's the vampire, and then someone else will jump in and be like, or he's the zombie, and it's always everyone can talk themselves into any one of those 3 options.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. So how many with 2 players? What's the health count? Is it 6?
It is 6, yeah.
6. Okay.
I have to look at the sheet. I didn't remember.
I'm very comfortable with it being 6.
With the
In
rules.
fact, let's just say it's 0.
Yeah. And then I get to add encounters based on that equation, and I don't remember what the number is.
I remember it. It is 0 to 12 is you add 1, 13. Oh no. Oh, now you've made me second guess myself. I know it's in increments of 13 because it's partially mechanic, partially thematic.
So there's 18. So it's
Okay,
probably just
that is 1.
just 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think you had any if it's 0 to 12.
Correct. 13 to 25 is 1. Yep.
Okay. Perfect.
So I just
Again, flavorfully, it was 13, 26.
Right. Yeah. Perfect. So I just
Yeah.
gotta find where I put those encounter cards. So the 1 encounter goes in, and then we're gonna shuffle this deck, and then you guys are gonna commence getting your blood sucked by this vampire. Okay. And then this is the second round, or I guess the second phase of the game. And the way that it works is similar. They're still going to be drawing cards, pressing their luck, but they're trying to draw weaponry that will work against the vampire, or drawing 7 luck per round. Because if they can get 7 luck, that 7 luck will do 1 damage to the vampire. So they either need to get quantities of 7 luck, or they need to draw the cards that will hurt the vampire. Those weapons that hurt other monsters will not affect the vampire. So then I'm going to pick up my cards. I get some pretty nifty second round or nighttime specific cards. I'm going to grab all those.
It's also important to specify all of your vampire cards are discard, not vanish.
Correct.
Which means they are fully effective against Stan Kirby.
Oh, nice. Okay, so that's actually nice. I had forgot that I'd be able to actually affect him. And then there's 1 black cat that is the day and night, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I have six cards, and the nighttime round is 6. So they have 6 turns to hit me for 6. So they got to average one damage per turn. Who's going first? Do we start over with the youngest? Is that how that works again?
I don't actually
Really quick,
remember.
you should have 7 cards.
Oh, is there another
unless
nighttime?
I'm
Is there
really
another
putting my
nighttime
foot in
card?
my mouth.
There it is. Yep,
Um,
there's a black cat. There's a black cat.
Okay, cool. Then let's retroactively make me more certain about that.
I'll
than
cut
I
that out
was.
in post. Yeah, I'll apply
Okay, great,
the
thanks.
I'll apply the
This
certainty.
isn't live,
Yeah, I'll
right?
apply the certainty filter. I think that they have that in
Okay.
in Twitch. Yeah.
Awesome.
Certainty filter.
Okay, cool. So yes, I have 7 cards. There's 7 turns. And so they have to average just under 1 heart per round, and I have to.
We swung really hard into theme.
Yeah.
When in doubt, it's either 7 or
The
13.
theme rules. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So Dan.
I'm gonna draw a card from the treehouse, actually.
Yep. Oh yeah, you went to the one
Did-
location.
James, I
Awesome.
looked away right at that moment. Did you do your ability already?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right. I get
You
one
should-
right away. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yep.
That should be
Yep.
discarded.
Okay. So yeah,
Unless
it's a
you want
plus
to let
4.
us keep it.
No. That will just be discarded.
Okay.
I'll discard below.
Wow.
I'll build the discard pile below here, and I'll flip to the right just so you
That
guys.
works.
Okay.
All right.
Now we'll
So
draw.
now we'll draw.
Sorry, Alex.
Yeah, you guys could have gotten away with that one, but like the pundits would have been all over you tomorrow.
I will draw again.
All right, so restraint isn't helpful, so Alex will draw again. Bear trap isn't helpful, so I
I'll
assume
draw
he's gonna
again.
draw again. Ladder is certainly not helpful.
I will draw again.
What's our total count, Alex? 19 cards in the deck, including the encounter and ambush?
18, I believe.
18. Yep.
Okay.
I am going to. So I got 2 luck in hand.
2 luck. Yep. Total.
Want me to draw one more, Austin?
Sure. James, could you, for the cards that he's drawing, could you fan them out?
Oh, sure,
Like
yeah.
If you moved your vampire sort of off to the side a little bit.
Yeah.
more?
We can actually kind of do it like if you're taking blackjack hits. You can-
Exactly.
Yeah.
You get to see that long line. There you go. Okay. So currently, yeah, it's a 2 total.
Yeah, he still has all his cards in play. Yeah, Alex, you can go for another one if you want. We have kind of a buffer turn. We
Okay.
only have to do
So yeah, I'll do one more.
so much.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I will stop.
Okay. So
Got a nice, safe little buffer from black cats, and
yeah, you got a bunch of
Yeah.
junk
Yeah.
in there. Yeah. All right. So Tyler,
Okay, Tyler is obviously gonna
draw
a card.
at least one.
Yep.
Heck yeah, get that hockey stick. You're gonna swing that thing, and then the vampire's just gonna throw up that arm, and it's just gonna snap, man. It's gonna be awesome.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
Going again.
I'm glad you could revel in your potential. victory.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
Let's draw another card.
All right, so you're at +2.
Okay. Which combined puts us at 6, right?
Yeah, you
Yes.
had 4 in hand here.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna draw again because so far we aren't doing anything. So that sounds promising. Hey.
Crossbow.
Okay. So
You're gonna go for
Alex.
that 7th luck. You're gonna press
we're only
it.
1 luck away.
well, if you force the
But-
second luck, then you force the mind control.
Yes, but I'm kind of forcing the mind control already because I'm the only one doing damage.
Yeah, or he can play the odds.
Yeah. What
We
do
don't
we
know what
what
kind
do
of
we want to
person
do?
James is.
I kind of want to trigger a certain outcome on his end. I'm wondering what's the best move. Now I can't say it because he can hear me. James, mute yourself or mute me.
I don't necessarily think this is a game where there's too much side talk, so
Right, yeah.
we won't force you to mute yourself.
I'll
I
let
feel
you
like we
decide,
know-
Alex.
I don't know the outcome you're trying to achieve. I feel like you know the game well enough that you can determine what best accomplishes your outcome.
Yeah. Oh shoot.
But now if James knows your outcome, then he may not do it just to avoid the outcome that you said.
I'm gonna draw one more card.
All right, here we
Draw
go.
one more.
One more, pressing that luck.
On.
Whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
Big money, no whammies.
Okay. I'm going to stop.
Okay. All right, so I'm actually gonna change this a little bit so the next time you guys can kind of see like both of each other's draws too. Spread these out. Okay, so you have 6+ luck. You have 1 damage. I'm going to. I'm gonna mind control. I'm gonna do it. Mind control does, it makes me force one kid to discard their inventory. I'm going to discard the vintage crossbow inventory, so I'm going to discard Stan's inventory, which pretty much is my...
Oh, or mine.
Oh, sorry,
Tyler's.
yeah, Tyler's inventory, which gets rid of my best card. So I can't do that again,
Yep.
but these go back...
Which is the outcome I wanted.
Yep.
So, Alex, check and mate. We are now going to destroy this.
I think it's just check. 6 hearts over there. Tell me it's just check.
Okay, so all of these then go back into the discard.
Yes.
So everything goes in the discard. No damage was done to the vampire, and we are on to round 2. And it will now it flips, right? So now it's going to be Tyler first.
Yeah.
Yes, except you're going to do your ability first.
Oh, right. Do I have to show it to you?
Yeah.
Well, you're
I
gonna
think
find.
we
You're
say
gonna
reveal,
you're
right?
You're gonna find out anyway. Like what am I
Yeah,
thinking?
exactly.
Oh,
Yeah,
guys.
if it's good, you'll get rid of it.
Right. Yeah. And if it's bad, you'll flip it over.
Oh, come on.
Man, that hurts. All right.
Uh,
Okay. So here comes Tyler.
okay, here comes. This is one of my favorite parts of the game that I'm not sure always gets a lot of airtime. Oh no.
the part where it's
Okay,
done.
yeah, never mind. My whole point is gone.
Uh,
Basically, I was gonna draw until I hit either the encounter or the ambush, hoping I hit the ambush, which I did. So we're good.
now,
um,
but explain your reasoning there. I think that's interesting.
Basically, so there are 2 turn-ending cards in the game right now: the encounter card and the ambush card. The encounter card causes me to discard everything I have, and it ends my turn. The ambush card does the same thing, except it shuffles everything into the deck. The reason I would want to draw into something right now is there are not a lot of cards left in that deck. And we already used up our crossbow, which is really good. So basically, I have to flip a coin in my... That's true. I basically have to flip a coin in my head and say, if I draw the ambush, Alex has a nice big full deck to draw from. But if I draw the encounter, then Alex has a really small deck in which he somehow has to pull off damage.
Yep.
So
So you got what you wanted, but it's an ambush.
yeah, I mean, sort of.
Yeah.
I want you to lose ultimately. So
Yeah.
see if I get what I want.
Because it's better for me to be able to have a full deck.
Right. You have
So
a
the dragon
higher
could-
probability of some good stuff.
Especially since your best way to influence me is random.
Gone.
Right.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
my
My
control's off the
way
table.
that I can actually 100% control the situation is already out of the game.
Yeah. So the more filler
And-
I have in my hand, the better.
Interestingly, it's interesting to me. One of the reasons why we made it alternate who first player for the kids is before it was just youngest goes first every time. But that meant when you get to the night, if let's say I'm the younger character, I'm always stuck trying to trigger either the ambush or the encounter depending on the deck size. Like it forces me to be the player who pushes their luck when maybe that's not my play style.
Yep.
So
Or your
we try to rotate.
the character, right? Like if your character
Yeah,
skill is
exactly.
good for that. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, here we go.
Stan.
I'm ready.
Come on, Stan. Find something. Will you help out a little bit?
Not with that, I won't.
No. All right. So we're gonna go again.
I will go again.
Go again. Yeah. I have a feeling that we're gonna go again.
Probably. I think I trust you, but we'll see if I do. I do in this today.
Yeah, it's interesting because some of it you're forced into because right now it's sort of like there's really no reason to not. You can just keep going forever. And so now you are at 6 luck, so we're still going.
Yep.
Come on, Alex.
Oh.
No.
Okay, so this all just goes to discard, but you guys didn't hit any of the 4-leaf clovers, and you didn't hit
Or the
weapons.
black light,
Right.
or the crossbow.
Yep. We've got
Okay.
a great deck to draw from, and you can do basically nothing to us this turn.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna put a broken mirror in.
Yep.
So we'll do that. Hopefully you find it immediately. And that shuffles, right? That's not just an on top, so.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. All right, so you guys have to make up some pace here. Like, it's interesting because, like, you definitely get to the point where it's like, well, it's over, right? Like, sometimes you get, like, three turns into the night phase, and it's like, there's just no way. I'm not going to get 2 damage per turn. It's over.
Yeah, which shaves another, like, 10, 15 minutes off your game, and you can just start another one.
Yeah, and the interesting thing that is worth saying, because, like, we're playing it in a very bizarre way here, is that the games when you're local can be, like, blisteringly fast, because essentially it's like bang 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 bang. Okay, yeah, bang bang. Like, you're flipping fast.
Yeah. Because like in the scenario we just had, it was either we're gonna flip until I hit 7 luck, a purple card, or vampire weapon.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
That we can just kind of.
This kind of deterministic. So I'm gonna look at the top card, and it is a rabbit's foot, and I'm going to discard it.
Okay. That's 1 step lower than all the
Yeah,
other
I've
ones
been
you
extremely
discarded.
lucky on the top card looks. So this is Stan.
Stan this time.
All right. Here he goes. He's got that black light.
I'm gonna draw again.
Ooh.
Yep.
And
Nice.
the crossbow.
Well, we have 1 guaranteed damage.
Yeah, you're gonna lose one of them though. That's bummer.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough. We have to. There are 5 turns left, including this one, so we have to average more than 1 damage a turn, which we could only do if one of us draws at least 3 cards, basically.
Yeah.
So it might as well be you, because if you
Cool.
draw the
I'll draw one
ambush,
more.
then I could still draw them.
Okay.
And I will hold.
Okay.
Okay.
So those are sticking, and then here we go, Tyler.
It also
Okay,
gives us a
well.
small chance to make that discard feel really.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Unless I get the ambush.
that would be so disappointing if I pull that baseball bat. I assume we're going. Awesome.
Actually, don't assume that necessarily. Alex, what do you think?
Well, he can't play a black cat because they won't vanish from my hand, so he's not going to bother trying. So it's going to be a
Right.
discard. So there's no point. Like, if he was going to play a black cat, I would say stop, because then you're guaranteed to get rid of a ladder.
I gotcha. The only risk I have of messing up this turn is drawing the ambush. So
Right. Yeah.
odds
It's more
are I
about
can draw
setting up
again.
the next turn.
All right, you going?
Yeah.
I would.
Yep.
I
I'm gonna
would.
draw again.
Okay.
Sorry, Alex.
That's fine. I wouldn't have, but that's what makes games multiplayer. I play it mean solitaire though.
Okay. Oh, I go first next time, don't I?
Yes.
Nice. Okay. Then I'm gonna stop here.
Okay.
And hope that I draw into the ambush next time and give you the same turn again, Alex.
That was more of my thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna play a Bloodlust and hope that I pull that blacklight or crossbow out of there.
So the odds are in your favor.
The odds are in my favor, but hey, I mean, 33% chance is pretty high, and I'm gonna let Alex actually select it. So
I appreciate
Gracious
that.
of you.
because I'm an I'm an honorable man. So which one would you like to drop?
The middle one.
Middle one.
Choose wisely. Choose
Okay,
wisely.
Blacklight.
No, you chose poorly.
You chose poorly.
Look.
Okay, so 1 damage.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't matter what I draw, so we don't have to have me do it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I just threw that away. All right, so I knocked my guy down to 5, and Tyler is starting this round.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
I'm gonna
look.
draw. Oh, yep. No.
Wow. Holy cow.
James, I've heard rumor from your Twitch stream that you are a shuffle cheater, and I was giving you the benefit of the doubt.
Dude,
But this is proof. This
man,
is hardcore proof.
I talk to my wife about this all the time. If I could figure out a way that there was a way to make a lot of money by having a very bizarre non-shuffle ability, I would do it. Because I don't know if you guys play Gloomhaven, but we play a lot of Gloomhaven, and I have played where I have pulled 3 consecutive misses. So a miss, a reshuffle, a miss, a reshuffle, a miss, all in a row, which is like the probability's got to be pretty extreme in the low side. Very frustrating. Okay, so
You have me concerned.
yeah,
I don't typically. We don't ever shuffle until the end of that round. We playing wrong?
in Gloomhaven, yeah, you
Yes,
shuffle.
not in curse.
Yeah, you shuffle. You shuffle immediately. Yeah, before you draw any more cards.
Okay.
Well, you shuffle. Yeah, but it's the end of the round for me, right? It was 3 rounds in a row that I missed. So I
Okay.
miss, end of the round, reshuffle my attack deck. Next round, I pull the first card, miss.
Okay.
And, you know,
okay.
like, so it was three
Okay.
attacks in a row in a first room of a scenario. And it's just like, well, now the scenario's over because I've wasted 3 turns.
Yeah.
I've thrown all my combo cards out. Like, it's just a total disaster. There's your...
The good news is, this Gloomhaven talk is not any less complicated than any other Gloomhaven talk I've ever heard.
Yeah,
so...
that's your Gloomhaven minute. Unfortunately, if you're talking to me about board games, it probably always comes back to Gloomhaven eventually.
That's-
All right, so Tyler's drawing restraints. I assume we're going.
Yep, we're gonna draw again.
And you're hoping at this point to pull an encounter, or really
An ambush.
The ambush.
Yeah. Until I do something worthwhile, there's no reason to stop. I
Yeah.
think.
So this is
Draw again.
This is a decent. I mean, there's at least a decision point here. I guess I don't know. It depends on what's still in the deck.
Yeah. If we think there's 3 points more of luck in that deck, but
There are
There are.
4 cards in there.
There's
4
only
cards and
in
2
there.
of
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah, I think I have to. I think I
Yeah,
have
'cause
to
they-
trust the coin flip on the ambush more than finding
Yeah.
3 luck on your turn, right, Alex?
Because one of them is a broken mirror, also.
Oh well, James is just throwing out information like candy. I'm gonna draw again.
Oh man.
Ambush, ambush, ambush. Oh, okay. Well, that's
I still think
confusing.
I still think you're going though, right?
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. No, I have to.
Yeah.
I don't leave Alex enough to play with. So
You just get 7. Nice.
no, James, you gave me false information.
Well, no, but there's still 2 cards. It's got to be the ambush and the broken mirror.
So is the encounter already out of the deck?
Yeah,
Like,
Yes.
not-
Yeah.
You hit the encounter earlier, or I hit it.
Oh,
Somebody hit it.
No. I messed up, Alex. I have to draw to the ambush because you can't. If you draw a single card, either way, we don't do damage.
Yeah, the -2.
Correct.
Yeah. Yep.
Correct.
Yep. Okay, draw again. Let's just draw. Just hit the ambush.
Okay,
'cause
ambush
that's
was the next
only way.
card.
Okay, cool.
And I'm
Shuffle
gonna
it
double
all.
check just to make sure that my mind is right here. It was the broken mirror. Okay. So
Okay.
I was gonna feel real bad if I'd have just like completely lied about what was in the deck.
Mind control.
Yeah,
again.
but that actually
Let me
would have been
play back.
that would have been on point for my character. All right, so go, Alex. Oh man, and look, it kind of worked.
Nice.
Hey.
I will draw again.
Okay.
I will draw again.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh no, the temptation is mounting.
I'll draw again.
Yeah, come on. Let's try to do something really crazy here. Let's see it.
One more.
Yep. I see what's happening.
Nice.
Ugh. Pulls 2 damage. All right.
Do not draw another card, Alex.
But I want to, because what if I draw
Best case-
3? Best case scenario is 3 damage with high chance
Yeah,
that
but-
it gets dropped. So yeah, we'll stop.
Okay, so we're gonna
I'll
stop.
get there in a minute. Just let me process it.
I
Okay,
am
okay.
going to. I can't vanish those weapons from you, right? So I'm
Correct.
going to just use a bloodlust, and we're gonna randomize, and we're gonna choose one, and I'm gonna hope it's a weapon, because I kind of think if it's a weapon, this is over.
It's,
Oh,
yeah,
you
pretty
think so?
much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You guys would have to have gone nuts the final 2 rounds if it's.
Okay, well, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
It is highly unlikely. Yes.
Yeah.
It's not impossible.
Although-
Not impossible. True.
Very close though.
All right. So that one. Okay.
Hey, come on, Alex! Don't cost us this game. We got a lot to prove right now. James,
Got a
think
lot
about our
to prove.
viewers.
there we go.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, got the bear trap out. So 2 damage.
Hey.
Keep us
now
in
we
this.
can.
I am
We
down
need
to
to average 1 a turn, right?
I am down to 3. Yeah, there's 3 more turns. You can pull it off. You just got to hope for what? You got to hope for that ambush early, right? Because you got to get their weapons back.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much. I don't think we have
grind out
enough
a
luck
lot.
to play with.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to look at the top card. It's a hockey stick, and I'm going to leave it.
I'm going to draw it.
Okay, hockey stick, and then we're going to go again.
Yeah, and that's why it's an interesting scenario because in a game like this, the ambush is not the worst card in the deck. The encounter is.
Right. Yeah, for right now.
Mhm.
Yeah, because you want those cards back. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so ladder. Obviously,
I draw
I'm gonna
again.
go again. Rabbit's foot.
I will draw again.
Counter.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Here comes.
I mean, we can do this. We did 2 damage on a turn. We could do it again.
Yeah. All right. So +2 luck to start.
Okay. Well,
Going.
I'm gonna keep drawing until I either deal damage or hit the ambush.
Or hit the ambush. So
So don't feel free to not hesitate.
yeah, we
Yeah,
got
you can slap them out.
got a tranquilizer. You'll see them all coming in.
Okay.
Go in the wrong
Now,
direction.
I don't know if I caught you in time. Where are we at?
There you go.
Waiting for the delay. Okay. Go ahead. This is an interesting use of my ability. I'm not sure if it actually matters. Go ahead and shuffle the broken mirror back into the treehouse deck. Because that's still the text of my ability.
Okay.
And that helps me a little bit with my odds.
Okay.
So during the night, I'm going to bank the bad cards that count against luck,
Right.
as opposed to banking the good cards.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, so now you have 7.
Okay. Alex, I think I have to stop, right? Oh no. Who goes first next time? It doesn't matter. I guess whoever
You
goes
do.
first has to trigger the ambush next time.
Yeah.
Oh, I do? Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, then
Well,
yeah,
the
I'm
kicker-
definitely.
The kicker is the black cat that's coming.
That's true. And it might hurt our luck, but if I draw the ambush, then I put I have to sort of hope that
Okay.
I think. Yeah, I'm just gonna I'm not doing anything.
Okay, I'm gonna black cat.
Yep.
Black cat comes
Okay.
down.
2 out of
Yeah,
3.
that
2
time, James, I got to see I saw the animation study.
You saw it, yeah. You saw the little flip there. Yeah, it's just like a visual trick. All right, whichever one you want.
Okay, let's do dead center.
Dead center.
Oh, wait a minute.
Come on. Oh.
So that gets vanished, right?
At least it wasn't the 3. Yeah, it does get banished.
All right, so there's no damage this turn. And then I'm going to look at the top card. Or what if it's the ambush?
You can just put it back because you get to choose, and you'll just put it right back.
Oh, if I were to, I can't put it in the discard because it can never go into the discard.
Right. I mean, I guess, yeah, you can't but also you should never. So it's sort of
Yeah.
like it's not explicitly against the rules, but it would immediately break the game, and
Yeah.
you wouldn't want to because it would hurt you.
Right.
So don't do it.
Okay, so that's going to be your first pull, which is going to shuffle everything back in. And that ends Tyler's turn.
There was a time where that was also what happened. Is that like the ambush? There wasn't an ambush. There were just the encounters, and so it wouldn't reshuffle the deck. The deck just shuffled when you ended it.
Oh, yeah.
So it was like, okay, well, there's no more encounters, so now I draw 15 cards.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it also means that if like you were in that scenario where you had your 2 weapons out already, you're in trouble. You know, you can't get them back.
Yeah.
All right, so Stan's drawing through.
Yeah, we're doing it again.
And you start off strong.
We do start off strong. Draw one more.
And you're probably going to go until maybe you have 2 damage. I don't know.
I will draw. I will draw again.
I guess you got to get enough slop in your hand for me to.
Yeah, definitely got it because you got one more bloodlust. So here's the fun thing, Austin. Do we want to try to go big? Well, we got to go big this turn because we have another turn. So yeah, I'll draw again.
Right.
Much as I want to bank it all on the end.
Well, we also want you to have the monster weapons.
Well, it's less. It doesn't matter at this point. He's already played. Or no, he has one more black cat.
1 more black cat, 1 more bloodlust.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Keep going.
Yeah, I don't like quarter odds. Dang it.
We need at least 1 swing turn, so it's either this or the next one.
I think it has to be the next one.
You want to swing the next one?
No, we'll swing now. Go ahead.
Okay. The ambush really throws off that whole planning till the end.
Right.
You'd be really crushing it if I was the werewolf.
It's true. It's true. Although to be fair, these cards would be getting burnt.
Well, true. Yep.
You should just go for it, Alex, because if you get another monster weapon, I'll only draw 1 card and we'll just call it, you know?
Yeah. And unfortunately, we're at a tough point now where I'm thinning the deck too much to make it possible for us to get it next turn. Okay.
Yeah, we can't swing next turn, so.
I'll draw again.
Yeah.
On. Dun, dun, dun. No, worst possible outcome. The James shuffle.
Yeah, well, that's unfair, man. That's unfair.
Did I say that I like Vorpal board?
Okay,
Yeah.
so I just am gonna throw away a black cat.
Okay.
Do with it. And then I'm gonna look at the top card, and it's a 4-leaf clover, and I'm gonna throw it away.
That might make it impossible to win.
Wait. I have a quick question. I
Yeah.
might be totally off base here. Did I draw this turn? Did I hit the ambush? Is that what happened?
Yeah, it was the first
Yeah.
card. Remember?
Yeah,
Alex's
you drew
turn
one
went
card.
so long. Okay.
Yeah.
You drew one card.
Yeah, it was the sitting on the top.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, so the 4-leaf clover is out. So now it's Alex drawing, and it's really just try to do 3 damage, which I guess I don't think
It's
it's
almost impossible.
Yeah, I don't know if
It
is
may
possible.
be possible. But it's
You'd have to
the
hit the
ambush,
ambush, and then
it's got to be like the bottom card.
Austin would have to do it all, right?
Yeah.
In theory.
Yep.
All right, well, let's see just what happens. Well, you got the crossbow right out of the gate.
I'll draw one more card.
So, rabbit's foot,
Do you want to try to go the luck route? What do we need? 3 damage.
3 damage. I just don't know if there's enough in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Draw again.
Yeah, I think Alex. Yeah, you should just go. Either you go till you get it, then I draw 1 card, or you hit the ambush, and we still have a chance by me doing the same thing.
You're at 5. Keep going.
There's no way that I will get it with draw again.
Baseball bat. Yeah, I don't know if it's mathematically possible, but we'll see.
I don't
Oh,
think
you
there's
have to
enough
get the
fun.
ambush.
You're gonna hit
Yeah,
the
I
ambush.
think you're right.
Yeah.
Keep going. I think we're just gonna burn it.
Yeah, and then you hit the ambush. So.
Okay, cool.
Okay, yeah. Mix it all up.
So
and-
now, you just draw until it's over.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I
Just
guess
draw until
I
something
guess
happens.
that's exciting. If it actually happens, you have it on tape. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Black light.
It's a good
All right,
start.
good start.
Encounter. Bad start.
All right, right to a wishbone. Okay. To a bear trap.
Okay.
You do need some fodder because you will discard something.
Right to a rabbit's foot.
Right.
Wow, guys.
Okay, I have you down to 1 health right now. All right.
With
I mean,
very
I
high
draw-
odds that he breaks that.
Yeah, just draw a card one at a time. Do them a little slower. Oh no. Okay, hold on. Don't do anything. You have to think.
Oh, now you do have to think.
You're dead, but it's right now the only way we win if I stop is I have to get lucky. 1 in 6, basically.
Yes.
Oh yeah, because you need every
But-
card currently.
Yeah, every card except the bear trap. How
Yep.
many cards are left in the deck? Let's just play this fun little counting game.
Well, it was 18, right? So now it's 12.
So we're down to 12.
So and the bad.
Oh, so my odds are even. They're actually.
No, there's
okay,
3.
they're
It's 3 out of 12 that are bad for you.
Oh yeah, you're right. So I'm actually better off stopping.
It feels wrong,
Oh.
but
Well,
it
It
is.
feels wrong.
Is
but-
that also the case though? Because if say right now you drew a 4-leaf clover.
Oh, that would offset.
True,
the
yeah,
broken
because
mirror.
your chances of getting a good card are 9 out of 12.
Yeah. Okay. So I should.
But well, no, they're not 9 out of 12 because some of those are. It's like.
Some of those
Well,
are
no,
just-
I'm saying his
That's
chances
what-
his chances of getting a card that will improve his odds on the next choice.
Yeah.
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 Because like a
Well,
dud
and even if
doesn't
I get a
improve
card
it
that's-
quite as much as like a 4-leaf clover improves it.
But if I get any card that isn't, even if I get a junk card, as long as it's not a broken mirror, it does help me if I just decide to stop.
yes,
It makes
yes,
it.
yeah.
So I
That's
will
true.
draw at least one more card. Let's do one. Come on. Think
Big
about the
money, big
viewers,
money, big money.
James. For drama, we have to beat you.
Strong.
Yeah.
You're the host. Be a good host.
You got yourself a baseball
Yeah.
bat.
Okay. So now
2 out of
now
7.
I'm hoping for 2 out of 7. What do you think,
Wow.
Alex?
I think I make way too many decisions.
Okay, 2 out of 7, or we have 3 out of 11 terrible cards, and then
So yeah, this is
Okay.
this is beyond my statistics in my head capability. So
okay. If I draw one more card and I make us lose, it's my fault. If I don't draw and then you make us lose, it's your fault. So at least I can assign blame.
Okay.
Um,
I got lost
not you.
in the mud.
This finger pointing was at James.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I see that.
Okay.
well, no, you're gonna be the one
Okay.
who puts his mouse over the card. So
No. Okay, I'm gonna draw one more card.
Ugh.
I think you objectively stop here.
After this, yeah, no more.
Oh, no, it doesn't
Yep, you're
matter.
right, Alex. I do objectively.
Ugh.
Wait, James, quick exercise.
You want to do it? You want to?
Remove the ambush and shuffle those cards and let me pick one.
Okay. Okay. Just so you can feel like you would have won. That'll make
Yeah,
it that'll
yeah,
make
exactly.
it even worse because you'll be
Yeah,
thinking about that.
No,
decision.
I want to Doctor Strange this moment. I want to just like visualize all the
This
various
is the probability.
possibilities.
This is the reality that
The one universe in which we won.
Right. Okay. All right.
It's a lot
Okay.
of options.
Yeah, that is a lot of options. I already know what actually happened, so I'm gonna pick the one on the far right.
Right.
There.
Okay.
We were predestined. To lose.
Predestined.
Okay, it's fine.
Predestined. Yeah, now you don't have to feel bad about it. All right, the curse
Oh.
is not broken. The vampire lives again. Whatever bad stuff he wants to do, he's going to do.
Heck of a climax, though.
Yeah, that was good. I
Yeah.
couldn't believe you guys almost pulled that off. That was really good.
And that's why even before we were saying, like, yes, you get to a point where it's pretty much impossible, but you're always
Yeah, and the cool thing about that is that if you had one, like that at least creates a drama moment, right? Like then
Yeah.
everybody who played has a good time, even if they didn't win. You know, it kinda
absolutely
feels
nobody walks out of this moment right now thinking like, well, that was a waste of time.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
man, they're right there.
Yep, that's cool. So awesome, guys. I appreciate you coming on and playing this game with me. I had a very good time. And everybody who, if you are still watching or watching later, this game, you guys should get a medal like at the end of Star Wars that says "We shipped 4 months early." Because I feel like that is not the expectation when people back Kickstarters, and it's neat that somebody actually pulled that off. So, congratulations.
That is thank you. That was a huge priority for us. Yeah, getting it out even on time is
I agree.
world of
Totally
Kickstarter,
agree.
so.
So yeah, that's cool. And this is your first game, right?
Yeah.
So all around impressive. I am very interested to see what you guys are doing next because I believe you said that you're working on something, and
Yeah.
I would love when you get closer to mess with it with you guys if you're interested.
Absolutely.
So please reach
Yeah,
out.
definitely.
Yeah, that was fun. Any other last stuff you want to plug? You guys, anything else you want to throw out there?
When does Vorpal board launch? Is there an official?
There is almost an official date. It will be.
There's an official ballpark.
It will be in April. It will be in the latter half of April.
Awesome.
Towards the end of April is our target, and we're just kind of ironing out the final kind of details. The weird thing for us is it's a software product and a hardware product, so we are kind of fighting things on two different fronts just to make sure we're ready and that our targets are right and all that sort of stuff. So second half of April, and then everybody would be able to mess around with it. So
Awesome.
Nice. Yeah, as far as plugs go, I mean, it sort of feels dumb to say it, but Curse of Misfortune Lane, as of today, because the fulfillment center has not sent me an email, is still technically open for pre-order.
Oh,
so
cool.
If you go to the Kickstarter page, we have a big green pre-order button that will take you to Backer Kit, and you could still place an order on there, and I can guarantee it either being part of the fulfillment, or I will just send you one of my copies along with everyone else's. So
Yeah, we'll get it to you
hop on
shortly.
there. Yeah, it'll be 1 week later than everyone else, but you will get it. So
very cool. And then where will people be able to get this post sort of the pre-order process? Is it going to be off your guys' site, or will they be able to buy it at their local game stores, or what's the plan there?
So I believe it is actually I think you can already find it for pre-order on Amazon.
Oh, okay, great.
And other than that, it will be in some local game stores. As far as other availability, we're not entirely sure because there are some distribution options that are kind of still. We don't know how much inventory we'll have left.
Sure. Okay.
Which is a great problem to have.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That leaves us a little in a little bit of flux until we know where that sits.
Okay. Cool.
yeah,
No, that's great. Well, all around, awesome job, guys. I really enjoy it.
Yeah,
And,
thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
It was great.
Thanks for being on, and hopefully talk to you guys soon.
Yeah. See ya.
okay,
All
sounds
right.
good.
Good night, everybody.